Some people are not actually emotionally or psychologically fit to own stocks, but I think more of them would be if you get educated on what you're really buying, which is part of a business. And the longer you hold stocks, the less risky they become, whereas the longer the maturity of a bond, the more risky it becomes.
When I was young, when I was 20s, 25, 27, you work in a different way than in 28, 30s. It's completely different. But I think I'm still feel good, sharp, motivated, because I think the main point is the mind. If you feel motivated, it helps a lot. So I still feel motivated, and I just want to carry on like that.
You start at 25, saving $100 a month, and you do so every single month until you are 65, and put it in a good Standard & Poor's 500 index fund, let's say in a Roth IRA with average market returns, you'd have $1 million.
Wow.
But if you wait just 10 years, $100 a month is $1,200 a year. For 10 years, it's $12,000. Not that much money if you wait 10 years. And you start at 35, at 65, you'd have only $300,000. So those 10 years cost you $700,000 at $100 a month.
I go around sometimes and I hang out with other people that are my age, and they're just kind of just selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my God, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
So most people will never experience what it's like to come into crazy wealth.
Yeah, it is a really funny moment, and funny is the right word. It's fun, but it's also funny in that when I was growing up, part of the reason I wanted to get rich was I looked at those people with admiration, and I did not look at myself with admiration. So I thought, oh, well, if I can get wealthy, then I will look at myself with admiration. This will be amazing. And then when I got the money, by then I had changed myself fundamentally as a person, and I had earned so much self-respect and so much self-worth that by the time I got the money, I wasn't looking for anything from the money other than it is the great facilitator. It will let you do extraordinary things, but it won't make you an extraordinary person. It won't make you feel any differently about yourself.
Look, I know I sometimes say or post strange things, but that's just how my brain works. To anyone I've offended, I just want to say I reinvented electric cars, and I'm sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Did you think I was also going to be a chill, normal dude?
We are grateful to you. Thank you.
Don't thank me, and don't say I'm a hero. I'm no hero. I was lucky. I'm here. All the heroes are dead, and I'll never forget them as long as I live.
How do you choose your team? Based on what?
Well, I suppose honestly that it tends to be gut feel more than anything else. So when I interview somebody, my interview question is always the same.
What do you ask?
I said, tell me the story of your life and the decisions that you made along the way and why you made them. And also tell me about some of the most difficult problems you worked on and how you solved them. And that question I think is very important, because the people that really solve the problem, they know exactly how they solved it. They know the little details. And the people that pretended to solve the problem, they can maybe go one level and then they get stuck.
My grand
Do, it's all cool. And to be honest, I text other people to, hey, come through.
What if you were in the
a lot of things and it turned out well. And from the outside looking in, it makes it look like, oh, he's an expert. That's not the case. So my strategy is I invest in things that's going to change people's lives. That's the first thing I look at. The second thing I look at, if it's too good to be true, I stay away from it. Even if I lose.
can be anything they want. They got medals for coming in last, which, by the way, we know doesn't work. It devalues the medal for the one who comes in first, and the one who came in last, it makes them feel stupid because they know they didn't deserve it, right? The kids got into honors classes not because they deserved it, but because the parents complained. And some of them got good grades not because they earned it.
The universe is going to get out your way.
Look, you're my best friend, so don't take this the wrong way.
Context to sell you a pen because I don't know anything about you. I don't know what type of pens you use and whatnot. So when you do this to a salesperson, they'll say some really wacky stuff. So the best thing to say is I would say to you, Pierce, how long have you been in the market for a pen?
I wanted a pen for 3 months.
So you've been looking for a pen for 3 months now?
Yes.
Really? And what type of pens do you typically use when you use a pen?
I like a nice, easy-to-use ballpoint pen or something.
The idea is that when you sell someone something is you need to be asking questions first to qualify.
How is any young person ever going to own a home? It's maybe hate old people. I see a few of you in here tonight. I hate you. Because every old person in a city like LA or New York or London is the same. They're like, my house is worth $2 million, but when I bought it in 1981, I paid 11 raspberries for it. And every young person's like, I have 9 roommates! We each pay $11,000 a month. Although I missed a payment last month, he took a tow. I walk in a circle now. Every single one of us is a lawyer except for Ted. He's a dog with rabies, and we love to get him out, but his name is on the lease. And every single old person's like, I'm a librarian with a home at the beach. Go yourself.
Are we alone in the universe?
Yeah.
It may be that aliens have searched the universe for other life.
Right.
And come to Earth and concluded there's no sign of intelligent life here.
Burn.
Okay.
Burn on us.
So if there's other life,
yourself.
we might not be considered among the most intelligent out there.
Okay.
Right. So, second.
So you don't wait. So no, wait. So you don't think we're alone in the universe?
If you can't think we're alone once you study how common our ingredients of life are in the universe. The atoms of our body, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, they're the 3 most common chemically active ingredients in the universe. We're not made of special stuff. And we're based on carbon. We're carbon-based life, which is an extremely sticky element that makes molecules all across the periodic table.
Yeah.
So if there was any kind of biology upon which you would base on an element, it would be carbon.
How much did you put into this company?
Oh, man.
Don't tell me you don't know.
No, I do. It's about $55 million.
$55 million of your own money.
Yeah, it's a little more than I expected.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human.
Excuse me, are you Michael Jordan?
No, I'm better than Michael Jordan. My name is Shaq O'Neal.
Hi.
And I'm giving out free pizza. Is that your mom?
That's your grandma.
Okay, ask Grandma, can you take pizza from me?
Can we take pizza? Okay.
I'm the pizza delivery guy.
Thank you.
Okay, and make sure you always listen to Grandma, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you know my name now? It's not Michael Jordan. It's Shaq O'Neal. I'm way better than Michael Jordan. Got it? Because I'm handing out free pizza, okay?
Thank you.
All right, nice to see you, Grandma. Thank you.
Oh, you know Michael Jordan?
Yes, I'm better than Michael Jordan.
How many followers have you got on Twitter? Because I'm not bragging, but I've got 4 million. It is amazing.
That's amazing. I have 20.
How many views you get per video?
Me? After the jungle thing, not too many, huh?
The jungle thing? First off, it was a forest.
You know, I took a picture with J. Paul once at the Grove.
And?
He wasn't worth the time.
What did you just say?
You heard what I said.
Why do people cry at weddings?
They're practicing for what's coming later.
One-hand stress. I only care about what my mama say, what my kids think, if it's gonna mess up the money in the business, what my boys think. That's it. It don't even get to 5. Then I made up a quote for myself. If a nobody can influence a somebody, then the nobody wins. But the question of the day is, who are you? Nobody.
What is your name?
Baby.
Wait, what? Your name's Baby. B-A-B-Y, baby.
Yeah.
Pieces of advice for me?
Yeah.
What you got?
Don't keep cash in the bank.
Don't?
No. How much you got in the bank right now? How liquid are you?
A lot.
How much?
I can't say. Whisper.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Hey, it's a lot for me.
Yo, he started laughing.
He's like, that's my jet fuel.
Yeah, he's like, I spent that on dinner last night.
I struggled in high school because I was like a walking... please.
Just give it the real definition.
Okay, I will. Well, when I was 14, 15, I was a walking contradiction because I was already probably 6'3", 180, maybe 200. I had a big mustache. I looked like I was 48. I was struggling. I was really struggling in high school. Yeah, that's me. That's me in high school. But yes. Yeah. Don't laugh like that. Whoa. That's okay. Well, there's my picture. We actually bought a picture of Kevin for you guys when he was 16 as well.
So same age.
Same age. There he is. Yeah. Look at you. He's doing this. I wish I was this tall, but I'll never get this tall. No, I'm always going to be shorter than everybody's cat.
No problems in life. They're just situations. You can either make it into a possibility or a problem. You can either you yourself become a possibility or a problem. This is a choice every human being has. But to exercise this choice, you have to be in a certain way within yourself.
What is it like for you to watch boxing these days?
It's just not my life anymore.
You don't watch it at all? Like, did you watch Tyson Fury,
No, I
Deontay
didn't
Wilder?
Watch it, I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was a great fight.
I was in the air flying when they were fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't watch any of the highlights or anything?
I saw some of the highlights, yes.
How crazy is Deontay Wilder's power?
Good stuff.
Crazy, right? Because he's built so strange. It's like
How
209 pounds.
incredible was Tyson's jaw.
Incredible. And gets up and wins the rest of the round. That's what's really incredible. It's amazing fight. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jason Chang. I own one share of Tesla.
Great.
So first I want to say I love you.
Love you too.
What you see on TV is Donald Trump you see in real life. So my wife Kim and I are sitting in his office, and Trump is talking about women in front of my wife Kim. And my wife Kim is a real woman. She's not a girly girl. And she says, I love that guy because he's a bad boy. And then, in the world there's three kinds of men: bad boys, nice guys, and wimps. Okay, so when you look at Trump on the stage, women either love him or hate him because he's a bad boy. Now, when you look at Biden, he's a wimp.
You know one of the greatest things about Spider-Man's outfit, his costume? What? He is completely covered. So any kid could imagine he's Spider-Man because no color of the skin shows. He could be black under that, he could be red, he could be yellow, he could belong to any race. And that wasn't done purposely, it was done accidentally, but I think it was the best thing we did, making him so that he could be anybody under that costume.
Your biggest enemy is you. My whole book is about you battling yourself. People don't understand it's you against you. The only person that gets in your way is you. Nobody else. It's you.
Work on my week at school. I'm scared to go home because of my grades. Do not stress yourself over grades. Grades don't define you. You could fail everything and be the smartest person in the room. You could fail out of school and be the most successful person. You can also get 100s all throughout school and be the least successful person in the room. Grades do not define your success.
I am no celebrity. People mistake me for a celebrity. I break people's faces for money and bounce. That's what I do. So Saturday night, I'm gonna do it again.
We all have a bad day now and then. And sometimes life can be bluntly unfair. But hey, with a nice family, some great friends, and some exciting challenges, you can come a long way already. So don't complain about the things you're not capable of, but show the world what you are capable of. Because life's too short. Make the most of it.
Jeff Bezos is here. Oh! Jeff Bezos. Wow, great actor. Jeff Bezos is so rich, he got divorced, and he's still the richest man in the world. He saw Marriage Story and thought it was a comedy.
Asian parents wanting their kids to be doctors, it's weird because it's true, right? I know because my parents were the same way. They just wanted us to be doctors. It's like this obsession. Asian parents want their kids to be doctors. Helping people is like on the bottom of the list of reasons. If it even makes the list of reasons to go into medicine, helping people is like the unfortunate byproduct. It's about the money and the prestige, right? It's the money and the prestige. Because if you're a first-generation immigrant, your children becoming doctors is the quickest way. You can turn it around. In one generation, instant credibility, instant respectability, instant money. Asian parents are also the last group of people you can ever convince to see a doctor.
Now, what would happen if the Earth stopped rotating for a second?
Oh, yeah, that would be disastrous. Disastrous, because right now, here in New York, you can calculate at our latitude, we are all moving with the Earth at 800 miles an hour, due east. Because Earth is rotating. If you stopped Earth, and you weren't seatbelt buckled to the Earth, you would fall over and roll 800 miles an hour due east. It would kill everyone on Earth. People would be flying out of windows, and that would just be a bad day on Earth.
So you played in a movie called The Hunger Games.
Yeah, isn't that your life story?
You shouldn't say that. That's off-putting.
You should be off-putting. Because you're fat.
Women are not built to handle masculine problems. Being vulnerable with a woman is some of the worst advice that modern day women give to men, because if I sit there and I cry to you,
I want to make decisions too. You ain't my daddy. I don't need you to take care of me.
People would rather gamble. I mean, the idea that you can double your money in 6 months, that's just going to, it's why people go to the races, why they go to Vegas, you know, whatever it may be. They even know the odds are against them, and they still do it. I mean, it's a strong instinct to want to get rich fast, and I don't know how to do it.
The top 4 ingredients in life, in your body, top 4 atoms in order: hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen. Those 4 atoms. Do you know what the top ingredients are in the universe? The top 4 chemically active atoms in the universe? Hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen.
I am the universe.
Yes! So upon learning that you're not special because you do not contain special ingredients, is the same fact that includes the idea that while we live in this universe, the universe lives within us. We are special because we're the same.
Couldn't AI, even in this moment, just with the technology that we have before us, be used in some fairly destructive ways?
You could make a swarm of assassin drones for very little money by just taking the Face ID chip that's used in cell phones and having a small explosive charge and a standard drone, and have them just do a grid sweep of the building until they find the person they're looking for, ram into them, and explode. You can do that right now. No new technology is needed.
Mr. Depp, if Disney came to you with $300 million and 1 million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film.
That is true, Mr. Roddenborn.
A lot of people died, and a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Mr. President? Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
I'm a debt collector, and I make phone calls, and they just start screaming at me. And they just go on and on about how it's my fault they didn't pay their bill. Do you have any ideas on like how I can get them to stop and let me talk?
No. Oh, because I've been waiting to meet one of y'all.
I'm just the messenger.
Oh, no, but you talk to people like it's your money.
What is the biggest lie you've ever told your mom?
I love you.
Whenever I go, in Europe, in America, especially the father with children, look, Jackie Chan. Why nobody see Robert De Niro? Oh, that's a Robert De Niro. Wow. Dustin Hoffman, Jackie Chan.
Don't. Learn to say F you to the world every once in a while. You have every right to. Just stop thinking, worrying, looking over your shoulder, wondering, doubting, fearing, hurting, hoping for some easy way out. Struggling, grasping, confusing, itching, scratching, mumbling, bumbling, grumbling, humbling, stumbling, numbling, rambling, gambling, tumbling, scumbling, scrambling, hitching, hatching, moaning, groaning, honing, boning, horse shitting, hair splitting, nitpicking, piss trickling, nose sticking, gouging, eyeball poking, finger pointing, alleyway sneaking, long waiting, small stepping, evil eyeing, back scratching, searching, perching, besmirching, grinding away at yourself. Stop it and just do.
My wife told me to be more in touch with my feminine side. So I crashed the car. And then ignored her all day for no reason.
I blame no one. I look in the mirror. On the other side of it, what an opportunity we have, because tomorrow's the first day of the rest of our lives. So what an opportunity we have to practice.
What is this?
K potassium.
K potassium. You want to tell me some facts about that?
Yes. It's in bananas.
Found them in bananas.
And that's why bananas also helps our nose function. That means what? With sense, our brain information to our muscles.
Wow.
So now you're mixing business with pleasure. You came to see the country, but you're also working.
I'm always working. I never stop working.
You never stop?
No.
Because you're not working for money, so you never stop.
Well, I'm a military officer. Military school teaches to work for a mission. What's your mission in life? And making money is really easy. I don't understand what the big deal is. So I retired a long time ago. I had more than enough money.
What was the age you retired at? Again, for the people?
47. Because most people are brainwashed when it comes to money. Go to school, get a job, work hard, pay your taxes, save money, get out of debt, buy a house, and invest in the stock market. Everybody who follows that program has been brainwashed.
What I like is that both the shareholders and the employees of Berkshire are so extremely enthusiastic. And it's not just that they've made a lot of money and have nice careers. They think they're on the right side.
Hey, you two are supposed to be dating, are you?
Oh, we've heard
Well, we've
that.
been dating for like
that.
secretly for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I remember
We're
sending
actually
you a text.
engaged.
Kept it so secret, we didn't even tell each other.
If somebody offered me a deal when I was 20 and said, you're going to live 1 year longer, instead of living to 88, you'll live to 89 or whatever it may be, if you eat nothing but broccoli and Brussels sprouts and onions and all these things, I just said, I'll, take the last year off. It probably won't be that good anyway. So I eat what I like to eat. I'm not venturesome in that area.
A lot of people have fought. A lot of people have struggled. A lot of people have stressed. A lot of people have given their lives to the idea of a free country, the idea of a country where every person is created equal.
How do you keep humility in mind when you start to see an improvement in your skills and confidence?
By realizing that whatever it is that you're doing is not about you. Okay. And then also realizing that the minute you think you're awesome is the minute you stop learning, and the minute you stop learning is the minute you start losing.
A business that earned 12% was a subpar business then. But a business that earns 12% when the government bond is 3% is one hell of a business now, and that's why they sell for very fancy prices. In 1982 or 3, when the long government bond got to 15%, a company that was earning 15% on equity was worth no more than book value under those circumstances, because you could buy a 30-year strip of bonds and guarantee yourself for 15% a year.
Do you plan to spend more time in Berlin yourself? You want to partly live here?
Yes, I'll be spending a lot of time here.
Where do you sleep tonight?
Tonight's in the factory.
In the factory, not in a hotel?
Well, technically in a conference room in the factory, but yeah.
You sleep in a conference room in the not finished factory tonight?
Yeah, it gives me a good feel for what's going on.
Alone, or?
Yeah, I assume so. Is this an invitation? Yeah.
Okay.
Every human being has genius level talent. There are no chosen one. God is giving every single person genius level talent. You just have to find what it is that you're great at and then tap into it.
People go to school and they're spending $8,000, $10,000, and they have no idea what they want. Just stop. Just stop. Wait a second before you sign all those loans, before you put yourself in debt for the rest of your life, and say, what do I want to do with my life? Sometimes you just need a couple years after high school just to get yourself together.
For a beginner, what would you say is the best way to make money with crypto?
But start with the basics. I'd suggest work with 5 coins, and you definitely want some Ethereum. You're going to need it.
Yeah, definitely.
And you want some Bitcoin, the granddaddy of it all. But also check out Solana, look at Polygon. There's so many great resources online. If you go to YouTube, there's just countless lessons.
Yeah.
Cash is oxygen. I'm blown away by all these people that are starting businesses that don't realize that money is important. Like, they think about all these things. They're trying to think about 4 years from now, and they haven't made their first check. Just complete lack of practicality when thinking about a business. Number 2, strengths. Are you a salesman? Are you the accountant? Do you have financial strength? Do you have sales strength? Are you operationally? Are you good at HR? Whatever you're best at, do that. Surround yourself with the other 3 or 4 pillars that need to have a business.
Whenever I do business, it's not about the money. I heard Jeff Bezos say one time when he was talking, he said he makes his investment based on if it's going to change people's lives. And once I started doing that strategy, I think I probably quadrupled what I'm worth now. My first big investment, I want to say it was Google. So one day I'm sitting playing at the Beverly Hills Hotel and I hear these 2 gentlemen talking about Google search engines, and one day your phone's gonna be this, and you type anything and it comes up, and I was like, say that again? I would like to invest in this. My guy hooked it up and we invested, and then I forgot all about it. And then I read the article, and everybody else read the article about the big hit that some of the early investors received.
Now, I'm not saying money buys happiness. That's not true. It doesn't. I've been rich and miserable, okay? But a lack of money is a passport to fucking misery. I played it both ways. I've been rich, I've been poor. I'll choose rich every fucking time and never look back. I still have problems being rich, okay? But being poor, it's fucking, it's compounded by all the shit that comes from not being able to afford the basic necessities.
I remember when I was very young, I would play around with Excel spreadsheets, which is kind of a programming language.
Right. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up.
Man, Cena, your stuff is whack. You're just a white boy who thinks he's black. You ain't the real deal. You need to take to the shelter and get yourself a free meal. And what's the deal with this word life? You're just a poor white boy with no wife. Oh, Cena, don't cry and pout. Looks like Kurt Angle's gonna make you tap out.
Yo, that freestyle was whack. I couldn't wait for it to end. I got no wife, but you got a boyfriend.
I took a deep breath. I said, I'd like to get into the business. He said, what business? I said, the wrestling business. He said, you are throwing it all away. It is the worst mistake you will ever make. He said, you're ruining your career. I said, maybe I'll be no good. But I feel like in my heart, I have to do this.
I'm ready to come back. The main event. There is not one MMA fan on the planet that doesn't want to see me rematch you, Charles, or rematch you, Dustin Gaethje. A rematch of Fight of the Year 2021. 5 rounds for the UFC lightweight title. And Joe.
I was really focused on reaching my goals, and I knew at that point there was one player that
I wanted to pass Steffi Graf's record, and that really meant a lot to me. And
you did.
When I put my mind to something, I really am determined to reach it no matter what.
Yeah. But I am no celebrity. People mistake me for a celebrity. I break people's faces for money and bounce. That's what I do. So Saturday night, I'm gonna do it again.
You see, a goal, many goals that you may have of graduations and making it to this next moment. And I understand how important the goals can be. But the goals remains a goal until you write it on a piece of paper. Then it becomes a vision. The only reason I'm here, the only reason we're here today is because of our yesterday. Everything I've been through has defined who I am right now. So what's the goal? What's the vision? But if the good book says write the vision and make the vision plain, before you write the vision, you must have an imagination.
It's inspiring for all you guys out there that want to do something and want to be the best that you can be and want to do the best that you can do. You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence. So I'm so honored.
It was the beginning. My goal is to win a championship. As my dad told me, always want more, but never be greedy. My goal is to win a championship, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make that happen.
The Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better. If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can.
A person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success, when everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No, your character is put to the test when your back is against the wall. And for me, that time is now.
Keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
I just be myself. I think people respect that when you just an authentic person. And I try to do great work for people. I work hard to make sure that the finished product is something that I would go see, or that I would spend my time watching or listening to. So I think it's a lot of pride that goes into the work.
The problem is we don't teach people how to lead, right? When you're very, very junior, we give people tons of training how to do their jobs. Some people get advanced degrees how to do their jobs so that they'll be good at them. And if you're really good at your job, we'll promote you. And eventually you get promoted to a position where you're now responsible for the people who do the job you used to do, and we don't teach you how to do that. So how can we expect people to be good at their jobs if we don't train them how to do it? Like, would you go see a doctor that didn't go to medical school? No. So why would we work for a leader who has no training in being a leader? That's why we get managers. That's why we get micromanagers. That's why we get toxicity. It's not because they're bad people. It's because they don't know what they're doing. And they're making it up as they go along.
I care a lot about the truth of things and trying to understand the truth of things. I think that's important. If you're going to come up with some solution, then the truth is really, really important, I think. I try to think of, it's difficult to obviously come up with things that are praise for oneself, or there's bad and good here, but I think sometimes they're just the things that seem quite clear and obvious to me, and I don't understand why they aren't so obvious to everyone.
In our society, we often don't take on big things because we're so afraid of making mistakes that we ignore all the things wrong today if we do nothing. The reality is, anything we do today is going to have some issues in the future. But that can't stop us from getting started. So what are we waiting for? It is time for our generation-defining great works.
Every challenge I take, I have a big vision. I put a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice in things I do. if I don't do it, it means I don't believe in it. In this, I believe very strong, and I will not give up until I'm top of the world. So that's the way it works. You aim for the top, you don't aim for the second. Second place is the first place among the last ones, and that's not my target.
The one thing, like people talk about depression all the time, the difference between depression and sadness is just, you know, from happenstance. Whatever happened or didn't happen for you, or, you know, grief or whatever it is. And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me.
The one thing that I have learned to relate to all of my children is to dream. There is nothing bigger than your dream. Nothing is greater than your dream. I am not saying that your education is not important, because it's tied to a lot of your dreams. But let me tell you something. There ain't nothing bigger than your dream. Because your dream will propel you to get the education.
When you're chasing your dream and when you're working hard, chasing something you love and completely dedicated, it just happens. You can't really notice it. You know, even still to this day, I'm in an amazing position in my life, but I'm still working like I'm not. I'm still working like I'm not in this position.
Yeah,
It's just something I love to do, and I just keep pushing and keep working hard.
You have to understand, when you have nothing to compare it to, you just get to go to work and you see so many of your friends who are not working. I'm just grateful to be working and explore other things and not just sit back and just wait for what's handed to you.
God, it tests you. It tests you and see how much of this you can take before you say, let's just be finished with this. You know what I mean? It wants to show you something. It wants to see how much you can take, how much you can handle of life. You say you love life, you want to live life. I'm going to show you life. Life is beautiful, but you have to accept the good and the bad as being beautiful.
We're all human. And we all just want a chance. A chance at life, a chance at an education, a chance at a future, really. I know that each and every one of you has the opportunity to help someone else. All you need to do is help one person, expecting nothing in return.
I don't want to move fast. I want to move correctly. I just don't want to waste no time. If it's something that's going to take us a year to make, if it's something that's going to take us 10 years to make, that's fine. Longevity.
One of my jobs as the leader of Amazon is to encourage people to be bold. It's incredibly hard to get people to take bold bets. If you're going to take bold bets, they're going to be experiments, and if they're experiments, you don't know ahead of time whether they're going to work. Experiments are by their very nature prone to failure, but big successes, a few big successes, compensate for dozens and dozens of things that didn't work.
that had millions of delighted customers, and you start with them and you get them one at a time.
Number one lesson I can offer you where your work is concerned is this: become so skilled, so vigilant, so flat out fantastic at what you do that your talent cannot be dismissed. Finally, this will save you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're only on this planet to be you.
What's the most important key to success? I think it's hunger. It's not getting satisfied. Anyone you respect who's achieved at the highest level, intelligence is an incredibly important distinction and a valuable thing to have in life. But I always tell people, you can find so many intelligent people that can't fight their way out of a paper bag. What matters is hunger. A hunger that doesn't go away. A hunger to learn, a hunger to grow, a hunger to serve, a hunger to give, a hunger to create breakthroughs.
Gratitude is one of the most strongest forms of power in attracting good things. You know, if you truly feel grateful for the things in your life, I always felt grateful for even the small things. I always used to celebrate the small things. Now I might be celebrating the bigger things, but I always celebrate every little good thing that would happen to me in my life. Even before I had any kind of money or any of that, I would celebrate and I would feel grateful for it, and it just gave me more. And this is exactly the same thing that's happening right now. I still remain grateful, and more comes.
You should be asking for the best. You're asking me for $100 off and we can do this? What do you want to do?
I need it. It is a 3-year commitment.
Yeah.
It's a 3-year commitment. That's how close we are.
Hey, Nick, you talking about $100, you need to be worried about $1 million. We don't have any more money to give you. You're going to spend 30 grand over the next 3 years. $100 doesn't change it one way or the other. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question now, all right? There's one answer. Yay or nay? Yes or no? You know who this is? It don't matter who it is. Yes or no? That is the first question. Hey, Nick, if $100 is the decision maker, don't do it. Because if you're interested in $100, man, you need to go find a street corner to beg on. Yay or nay, Nick?
So let's do it.
My man. Hey, this is Grant Cardone, Nick. Thank you for doing business with Grant Cardone Enterprises. We're going to take care of you. I'm going to make you $1 million with Cardone University, all right? And tell Todd he was too weak to shut you down, all right? Thank you for your business. Get his credit card right now.
What is it like for you to watch boxing these days?
It's just not my life anymore.
You don't watch it at all? Like, did you watch Tyson Fury,
No, I
Deontay Wilder?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was a great fight.
I was in the air flying when they were fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't watch any of the highlights or anything?
I saw some of the highlights, yes.
How crazy is Deontay Wilder's power?
Good stuff.
Crazy, right? Because he's built so strange. It's 209 pounds.
How incredible is Tyson's jaw?
Incredible. And gets up and wins the rest of the round. That's what's really incredible. It's amazing fight. Yeah.
We are grateful to you. Thank you.
Don't thank me, and don't say I'm a hero. I'm no hero. I was lucky. I'm here. All the heroes are dead, and I'll never forget them as long as I live.
Look, I know I sometimes say or post strange things, but that's just how my brain works. To anyone I've offended, I just want to say I reinvented electric cars, and I'm sending people to Mars in a rocket ship. Did you think I was also going to be a chill, normal dude?
How do you choose your team? Based on what?
Well, I suppose honestly that it tends to be gut feel more than anything else. So when I interview somebody, my interview question is always the same. It's
what do you ask?
I said, tell me the story of your life and the decisions that you made along the way and why you made them. And also tell me about some of the most difficult problems you worked on and how you solved them. And that question I think is very important because the people that really solve the problem, they know exactly how they solved it. They know the little details. And the people that pretended to solve the problem, they can maybe go one level and then they get stuck.
Because most people will never experience what it's like to come into crazy wealth.
Yeah, it is a really funny moment, and funny is the right word. It's fun, but it's also funny in that when I was growing up, part of the reason I wanted to get rich was I looked at those people with admiration, and I did not look at myself with admiration. Mm-hmm. So I thought, oh, well, if I can get wealthy, then I will look at myself with admiration. This will be amazing. And then when I got the money, by then I had changed myself fundamentally as a person, and I had earned so much self-respect and so much self-worth that by the time I got the money, I wasn't looking for anything from the money other than it is the great facilitator. It will let you do extraordinary things, but it won't make you an extraordinary person. It won't make you feel any differently about